Hello everyone, I am Junrey Bali-os and I am here to discuss about the differentiation formulas, or simply the basic differentiation rules. So first, what is differentiation? According to Wikibook's website, differentiation is a process of finding a function that outputs the rates of change of one variable with respect to another variable. So we have here the 6 differentiation rules. First, we have the constant rule, the power rule, the constant multiple rule, the sum and difference rule, the product rule, and last, the quotient rule. So we will discuss the constant rule first. So the constant rule, the constant rule is the derivative of a constant function is 0. Then the formula of the constant rule is d over dx, or simply the derivative of c is equal to 0. Any real number or any constant number, the derivative of it is directly 0. For example, we will find the derivative of this function 100. F of x is equal to 100. So the result will be directly 0. The f prime of x, or simply the derivative of 100, is 0. That's the constant rule. This is the very easy differentiation rules I know. So this is the constant rule. So next we have the power rule. The power rule, if n is any real number, then the formula of the power rule is this: d over dx, or the derivative of x raised to n, is equal to nx raised to n minus 1. This is now the formula of the power rule. So let me give an example. For example, the g of x is equals to x raised to 25. We will find the derivative of this function. So simply, the derivative of this function, or the g prime of x, is the value of letter n here is 25. Then substitute it 25. Then x raised to 25 minus 1 is equal to 25x raised to 24. This is the derivative of this function. Next, we have the constant multiple rule. The constant multiple rule, if k is any real number, that k is constant. K here is constant. Then, if k is any real number constant, and f, the function of f, is differentiable, then the formula of this constant multiple rule is d over dx, which is the derivative of k times the function of x, the function f of x, is equal to k times the f of x here. The f here is differentiable at x, so we will find the derivative of f of x. So this is now the formula of the constant multiple rule. D over dx, or the derivative of x times f of x, is equal to x times the derivative of f of x. F of x. Yes. So let me give an example. Let me have this. 1 y is equal to 4 x raised to 5. So we need to find the derivative of this one. So simply, 4 is constant here. Then this is the value of letter k, which is the constant. Then just a substitute here 4 times the f of x here is this x raised to 5. So we'll find the derivative of x of 5. So d over dx, x of 5 is to 5 for d over dx. X of 5 is 5. This is the constant multiple. 5. No. It's not the constant multiple. This is the constant multiple, but this x raised to 5 is the power rule. So 5 minus 1 is equal to 5x 4. So bring down 4 times 5x 4. The derivative of this function is 20x 4. So this is now the y prime. So we are done with constant multiple rule. Then we will proceed to sum and difference rule. I will just erase this because I don't have enough space on my board to write my examples. So next is the sum and difference rule. So sum and difference rule is very common. Very common. So the sum and difference rule, if f and g are two differentiable functions at x, so this f of x and g of x are two differentiable, then the formula of sum and difference rule is this: the d over dx, or the derivative of f of x plus minus, because this is sum and difference rule, g of x. That's it. But because these are two differentiable function, we need to write it like this: the derivative of f of x plus minus the derivative of g of x. This is now the formula of sum and difference rule. So I will give an example, just like this. G of x is equal to 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x plus 1. Medyo mataas tong explanation ito, ng solving ito. So, iisa-isahin natin tong lahat. This, what we call this? The functions are 4 here. So, the g of x, then we need to first find the g prime of x here. So d over dx, this 2x plus 3, 2x raised to 3 plus the derivative of 4x squared, then minus the derivative of 3x plus 1, which is magiging 0 because this is constant. The constant rule. Magiging 0 na yan. So, here, the first function, 2x raised to 3, or 2x cubed, it is what we call the constant multiple rule. So, to find the derivative of this, we need to do this step. 3 times the derivative of x, 2 times the 3x raised to 2, which is the derivative of x cubed, plus 2 times the derivative of 4 pala. Sorry. I am just overwhelmed. 4 then the derivative of this x squared is 2x. Then minus 3x is the derivative of this is 3. So just put it here, 2 times, makita pa ba? Okay, kita pa. 2 times 3x squared plus 4 times 2x minus 3. So magiging 6x squared plus 8x minus 3. So this is now the g prime of x, or simply the derivative of this function. That's the sum and difference rule. Recall. Review it. If I have mistake, then you can comment down below. Then I will correct it. Then if you have questions, then just put your questions below so that I can notify, I will be notified by your questions. So we will proceed to product rule. Tapos na tayo sa sum and difference rule. We will now proceed to product rule. I will erase this one. Then next we have the product rule. The product rule. If f and g are two differentiable functions of x, then the following rules should be followed. On the product rule, we have this. The formula d over dx f of x times g of x is equal to f of x g prime of x times g prime of x plus g of x times f prime of x. F prime, this f prime here is what we call the derivative of fx function, or it has an easy way to remember this rule. Just substitute, or just to substitute it. Let we have u is this function f of x, then v is this function, the g of x function. Then the easiest formula, or the easiest formula of the product rule is d over dx, or the derivative of u times v is equal to u dv plus v du. U times the derivative of v, and v times the derivative of u, just like this one. So let me give us an example again to further understand the product rule. So we have this function y, this polynomial equation. Y is equal to 4 minus 2 x cubed times 2x plus x cubed. we will solve this one now. So let u is equal to 4 minus 2x cubed. This is the u, and the v is this one, 2x plus x cubed. So it is simple. Kita pa ba? Kita pa. D over dx is equal to times the derivative of u. U times v is u dv plus v du is equals to 4 minus 2 x cubed. This is the u. The derivative of v is 2 plus 3x squared. Diba? 2 plus 3x squared kasi 1 dito, so 2 times 1 is 2, then x, 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, so wala ng x, so magiging 2 na lang ang derivative nito. Then ito din, 3, so put the 3 here, then x, and 3 minus 1 equals 2, so magiging 3x squared. Plus, dito na lang natin continue sa baba. U dv. VU, I mean. So the v function here is 2x plus x cubed times the derivative of u, which is 0, magiging 0 na to, and then ito magiging 6x squared. Tama ba? Okay, correct. Magiging negative pala kasi minus. So you get me? So to solve this, just multiply this one, then combine the like terms. So the result will be negative 12 x raised to 5 minus 16 x cubed plus 12x squared. 12x squared then plus 8. So this is now the derivative of this function. Review it. Analyze how we end up with this result. Then comment down below if I have a mistake with my solving. And if you have questions, just comment down below so that I will be notified with it. Review it. Or you can screenshot this one so that you have your reference on how to solve a product rule. So I will erase this one because I don't have enough space to explain or to give an example of the quotient rule. So next we have the quotient rule, the last rule I will be tackling this morning. The quotient rule, just the same rule as product rule. If f and g are two differentiable functions of x, then the following rules should be followed. But the formula is never been the same to the product rule. So the quotient rule is d over dx f of x over g of x, or the derivative of f of x divided by g of x. It is equal to just the same as the product rule. Parang pare-pareho lang siya because product and quotient is the inverse. Diba? It is the inverse to operation. Then g of x times f prime of x minus lang, f of x times the g prime of x all over g of x squared. G of x squared. So we can also use those substitution to easily remember the quotient rule, the u and the v. So we have this one. U is f of x pa rin, and v is the g of x pa rin. But iba na yung formula niya. D over dx or the derivative of u over v is equal to v du minus u dv all over v squared. That's it. Very simple, pero we will go to the example of this one. So that we have this, we will solve this one. The f of x is, the function f is 2x squared plus 1 over or divided by x minus 1. So this is very easy. This is the function of this is the u, and this is the value of v. U is equal to 2x squared plus 1. V is equal to x minus 1. So let me use this one, this formula. Uupo lang ako so that I can reach this bottom. I have a chair pala. Sorry. So d over dx, or the derivative of u divided by v, is equal to v du minus u dv divided by v squared. So v here is x. V here is x minus 1. V. Then du is the derivative of u. Derivative of 2x squared plus 1. So the derivative of that is, itong 1 magiging 0, then 2x squared magiging 4x. Kasi 2 times 2 is 4, then 2 minus 1 is 1. So 2 times 4, so 4x. Just that easy. Then minus, bring down the minus sign. The value of u is 2x squared plus 1 times the derivative of u. X minus 1 is 1. Kasi may x dito. The derivative of x is 1. Then 1 magiging 0. Then the value of v is x minus 1 squared. Kita pa ano? So ito, multiply this one, magiging 4x squared minus 4x. Right? Then minus, bring down this one. Ito magiging 2x squared na. Minus 1. Kasi 1 ay negative times positive, magiging negative. Over x minus 1 squared. Kita pa ba? Kita pa. So, just combine the like terms. Ito and ito. 4x squared, then minus 2x squared, magiging 2x squared na lang. 2x squared na lang. Then, this one, bring down this negative 4x. Then, negative 1 over x minus 1 squared. So this is now the derivative of this function. Wait, nasan yun? Ito. This is the derivative of this function. So just review it, review. Then, if mayroon na namang mistake sa solving, then you can comment down below. Or if you have questions, then you can put your comment below. You can comment that. Or you can screenshot this one so that you have your reference for the future. So yes, that's the 6 basic differentiation formula. Sa basic pa lang tayo, wala pa tayo sa higher derivatives kasi nagsisimula pa lang tayo. And this is my solving, so this is my examples. And ito lang din yung alam ko. I have my knowledge. I have a little knowledge about differentiation. But if you have questions about differentiation formulas, then you can comment down below. I will upload this one on YouTube. Then you can comment down below, or you can PM me by my Facebook account about if I have mistakes here in my solving, and or you have questions to me. So that's it. Thank you.